And we are back here on This Is the Day, and joining us now, Sister Marian Batho, to talk about the upcoming collection for retired religious sisters and brothers. And thanks so much for being with us, Sister.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, a great delight to be here at Catholic TV. So thanks for having me.
Let's get right into it, Sister. If you could tell us a little bit about the upcoming collection.
Well, actually, there are two collections to talk about. There's the collection that the Archdiocese has in November, remembering the sisters who have served the Archdiocese of Boston so faithfully for so many years. And then there's a national collection in December for religious sisters, brothers, and priests who have served many dioceses or all the dioceses in the country. So it's very important to be mindful of those two collections that are coming up.
And you know, many of us here, Kevin, myself included, many of us here in the studio, in our audience, have been educated by sisters and brothers in our schools. By the Sisters of St. Joseph and the Xaverian Brothers, Christian brothers, right?
And the Sisters of St. Joseph as well.
Joseph. Yeah. What are some of the needs, Sister Marian, of religious communities today?
Well, the most pressing need is to fill in the gap, if you will, between what is received in retirement income, primarily from Social Security, and the rising cost of medical care and prescription drugs and housing that religious communities face in terms of expenses for their senior members. And religious communities take these expenses very seriously. The care of members is very important to them. And to continue in mission, so to continue to sponsor and operate the institutions that they have, it's kind of a delicate balance between having the necessary funds to continue in ministry, but also to have the funds to properly care for those who have served so well for so long.
And there's a local collection here in Boston. There's also the national collection as well? Okay.
Correct. The collection here in Boston is the weekend of November 19th and 20th.
Okay.
And the collection nationally is the weekend of December 10th and 11th.
Okay.
It's usually the second weekend in December, the national collection.
Speaking of the national collection, the theme this year is so appropriate. Please give to those who have given a lifetime. Regarding that collection and also the collection for the sisters here in Boston, how are the donations really used? You've kind of answered the question already, but...
Well, 90% of the donations are direct distribution to the communities. They're sent directly to the participating communities for the care of members. The other 10% is used for administration, promotional materials, and in the case of the national collection, there are several other programs that the funds are used for. There are consultations provided for religious communities who seek them to help with their retirement efforts. So these volunteer consultants come and help communities assess what they're doing to provide for retirement benefits and what else they can do. There are also seminars, workshops, webinars to help religious communities perhaps who have excess property, or to look at other ways to provide development activities. So it's direct care and also support, consultation, planning that the funds are used for. And in Boston it's similar. The bulk of the funds are sent to the communities for direct care, and then some is used for administration.
Now, can I ask you a question that's completely an aside? Jay's not here today. Do you miss him?
I do. I do miss Jay.
Jay who? No.
That was in case he's watching.
Yes, no, Jay is such an asset to Catholic TV and to iCatholic Media.
He is, actually.
And has been a good friend to me for many years. So yes, I do miss him.
We talked about the theme, give to those who have given a lifetime, too. And besides this collection, too, what can people do to assist retired religious sisters and brothers?
I always say when I give a talk about the collection, and I do speak in several parishes on collection weekend, I say if a sister or a brother or a religious priest has touched your life and is no longer living, pray for him or her. Pray to her or him. I also say if the person is still living, try to make a contact with him or her. One of the calls I receive most frequently is, I'm trying to find my teacher. I had sister, I had brother, I had father in school, and that person really made a difference in my life, and I want to tell him or her about that difference. And you'd be surprised what a wonderful thing it is for the person who's receiving the contact, but it's also very good for the person who's making it. So I say, pray, try to make a contact, and certainly be as generous as your means allow.
Sounds good. Good plan.